All right, so we're looking at the three cube roots of unity, 1, w and w squared, and we're told that w is the root with the smallest positive argument. Smallest positive argument. The number 1 itself, I don't know why I keep drawing a circle there. The number 1 itself is here. There's the number 1. It's on the real axis. So it has an argument of 0. We're saying w is the root with the smallest positive argument. Now, we know that the roots will be evenly spaced around the complex plane. So, perhaps w is there and the other root will be over here. So, the one with the smallest positive argument is that root there, w, which is what they're talking about. That's the imaginary axis up there, real axis. Now, they've said if you take z cubed minus 1 equals 0 and factorize that, you get z minus 1 and you get z squared plus z plus 1. We've done that before, equals 0. Now, we know that by the null factor law, then z minus 1 could equal 0, or z squared plus z plus 1 could equal 0. This is where z equals 1, and then something else is happening here, right? Now, we know that's satisfied by our other roots, but how can we explain that in a deeper way? Well, they've told us that w is a cube root of unity. They've told us that in the question, that w is a cube root of unity, up the top there. And they've said, so that means that w cubed must equal 1. Do you agree? Yeah. And w cubed minus 1 must equal 0 then. So w minus 1 times w squared plus w plus 1 must equal 0. And we know that w is not equal to 1 because it is the complex root. It's the root with the smallest positive argument. Positive argument, so it can't be 1, which has an argument of 0. So w is not equal to 1, right? Therefore, this w squared plus w plus 1 equals 0. All right? So we know that's one of our roots. We know that's one of our roots. And we end up going, that must be one of our roots. You're still not convinced. You might say, all right, we've got an equation like z cubed minus 1 equals 0. That's actually z cubed plus no z squareds plus no z's and a minus 1 equals 0. And we know that the sum of the roots, alpha plus beta plus gamma for this, is equal to minus b on a, which is minus 0 on 1, which is 0. All right? So the sum of our three roots is definitely 0, which means we know that 1 is a root of z cubed minus 1 is 0, because 1 cubed minus 1 definitely equals 0. We know that w is a root because they've told us that. So we're summing up the roots here. And plus something else equals 0. That's the sum of our roots alpha and beta and gamma. They're equaling to 0, right? Now, separately by the null factor law, we've discovered this situation here. 1 plus w squared equals 0. So the third root must be w squared. All right, that aside, those discussions aside, we've been asked to find 1 plus 2w squared, bracketed, and then 3 plus 2w plus w squared. So one way to go about that, like it's up to your algebraic manipulation, but one way to go about that is to go, all right, if 1 plus w squared is 0, then w squared is like minus 1 and minus w. Just rearrange that equation. Wherever I see a w squared, I can replace it with minus 1 minus w if I want. All right. So just looking at this equation, we're trying to expression we're trying to sort out. 1 plus 2w squared, 3 plus 2w is w squared. All right, let me just write that down here. 1 plus 2w squared and 3 plus 2w plus w squared. That's what we're trying to work out. So let's just do a replacement. Instead of w squared there, let's put in minus, oh, I thought I'd change the colours, sorry about that, minus, this is a bit crazy, minus 1 minus w, instead of the w squared there. And then we've got 3 plus 2w plus, and we're going to replace that w squared with minus 1 minus w. So, and that's been squared. No, it's not squared, is it? It's directly replaced, right? Because w squared is minus 1 minus w. So wherever you see a w squared, you replace it with minus 1 minus w. Now this is probably not the only way to do this, but I'm saying when you come across these, you've got to use the information to perform some substitutions and simplify your expression. So now I'm just going to go through and do a bit of a simplification on this. I end up with 1 minus 2 minus 2w brackets 3 plus 2w minus 1 minus w. So if I simplify that down, I get minus 1 minus 2w, and I get 2 plus w. All right, so that's what the original is equaling so far. Let's simplify even further. That's let's expand that out. We get minus 2 minus w minus 4w minus 2. Oh, the pen has stopped working, and see if the pen continues to work. Yes, minus 2 w squared would be, so hold on, I got minus 4w minus 2 minus w minus 4w minus 2w squared. Okay, that's what we get. Sorry, there was a little glitch in the technology there and everything stopped, but I think the recording's still going, so we're fine. Let's get the negative out of there. Minus 2 plus 5w, w and 4w, minus 2w squared. We're going to do a replacement again. W squared is minus 1 minus w. So I'm going to replace that guy there. So I've got minus of 2 plus 5w plus 2 plus 2w. I think it is. I think that's what I get. Or I think that was minus 1 minus w that I had to put in there. So minus 2w squared, that seems to work, except for I took a minus out. So that should be plus there, shouldn't it? Because I took a minus. Let me just look. Let's look. We got 2. Yep. And it should be minus 5w, but it's minus, yep. And it should be minus 2, but that's better. That's better. It's dangerous to, so that's a plus in there. So we've got minus 2 and minus 2w inside here. Be careful. All right. Now we've got minus of 2 minus 2 is nothing. 5w minus 2w is 3w. So minus 3w. All right. Now, they said that w was the root with the smallest positive argument. So I'm not going to spend too long on this, but if I'm finding the complex roots of unity and they're spread evenly across the plane, it's pretty easy. If that's 1, then I need 1 out here at 1/3 of 360 degrees, so at 120 degrees. I need 1 out here, and that's going to be my w, and my w squared is going to be the one that's around at 240 degrees, or if you like, negative 120 degrees. Or you can, it's probably better in radians, but I'm explaining where the three roots are. But the one they wanted us to evaluate was obviously minus 3w, is actually minus 3, and we can find the value of here because it's cos theta 120, or 2 pi and 3, if you like, plus I sine 120, which is 2 pi and 3, right? So it's minus 3. Now cos of 120 is minus a half, and sine of 120 is just root 3 on 2. So the value of that is just 3 on 2 minus 3 root 3 on 2i. Right, that's the best I can do. Some questions just leave it in terms of w, but because they said it was the root with the smallest positive argument, I could at least figure out what the complex number associated with that it would be. 3 on 2 and minus 3 root 3 on 2i. All right, the next question is find w10 plus w the minus 10 from the same situation. Now, once again, we know that w cubed does equal minus 1 because it's a root of that equation. That's what they said at the beginning. They said at the very beginning that 1 and w squared are the 3 cube roots of unity. So 1 cubed is 1, w cubed is 1, and w squared cubed is 1. Right? They've told us that. So we know that for sure w cubed is 1 and w squared cubed is 1. We know those things, as well as 1 cubed is 1, which is obvious. So all we need to do is express the w to the 10 and w to the minus 10 in terms of powers we know about, like w cubed or w squared or plain w, and we're okay. Well, w to the power of 10 is w to the 9 times w, and w to the minus 10 is, like, you can go to the minus 12 if you want, and then times that by w squared. You just figure out what powers are going to work out. This is not the only way to get there, because the reason I choose w9 is because I've got w cubed times w. And the reason I've chosen that is I've got w cubed to the minus 4 times w squared. So that's why I've chosen those values there. So what's w cubed? For sure, minus 1, right? What? Hold on, not minus 1. W cubed is 1. What am I writing that down for? It's a cube root of unity. It equals 1. So w cubed is 1. So I've got 1 cubed times w plus 1 to the minus 4 times w squared. All right, so I end up with w plus w squared. All right, so that's so far so good. Now, w and w squared, how does that all fit together? Well, you do recall that when you factorized it, you know how you got z minus 1 for, I'll just scroll up and show you at the beginning when we did our factorizing. We said z cubed minus 1 is z minus 1, and z squared plus z plus 1 equals 0. Right? So we know here that w squared plus w plus 1 equals 0. We know the sum of the roots also of it is 0. So for whatever reason that you want to take that argument, w squared plus w plus 1 equals 0, which means w squared plus w equals minus 1, right? Which is what we've got here. So that's equal to minus 1. And we get our answer there. So all you got to do is try and find your manipulations that are going to give you the answers that you want. So, I mean, this last one, if 1 and W squared are the three cube roots of 1, right? We know then that W is not equal to 1. Then we know that that is the case. And we've explained that before, why that is the case. It must be the second factor by the null factor law is equal to 0, and it is a solution. So W plus W squared is minus 1. So we've got that far before. So what are we going to do? We're going to try and get W and W squared out of this thing. 1 minus W squared. Well, this is 1 minus W plus W squared, isn't it? To the 4. So it's 1 minus 1 to the 4. And 1 minus 1 is 2. So that's 16. Job done.